Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to talk about Champions League Match Day 3 preview, Champions League Fantasy. But before that, let's have a look how my team performed in Match Day 2. As you can see, I have got 75 points in Match Day 2 from these players. As you know, De Bruyne didn't play, Insigne as well. I have a story with Insigne. I was reviewing and watching Napoli's matches in the league. I have noticed that Insigne didn't play the match in the league before this game in the Champions League. He was on the bench, he was not injured. So I said, maybe Ancelotti is just preparing him for this game against Match Day 2. It was Napoli against Genk. And as we know, Genk has conceded 6 goals from the team which has Haaland in, I don't remember the name. So I was saying to myself that maybe Napoli is gonna score, if not 6 goals, maybe 7 goals. But as you know, the game ended 0-0, and more surprisingly, Insigne didn't even travel with the team, and that was really shocking. And after that, I found out that it was just a personal issue between Ancelotti and Insigne. So Ancelotti did punish him for not inviting him to play this game. Anyways, and the situation was more painful for me because I took a -4 hit to bring Insigne. And guess what? I had him for Lautaro Martinez, the one who scored a goal against Barcelona. This is really painful, guys, because it could have been much more better, 75 points. But I have a much more painful story, which is Gnabry's story. Have a look on Match Day 1. As you can see, I was having Gnabry in Match Day 1. Lautaro Martinez was here as well. And Zinchenko. So in Match Day 2, I made 3 transfers, which cost me, as you know, in Champions League in group stages you have 2 free transfers, and any extra transfer will get you -4. So as I told you, Insigne, I bought him for Lautaro Martinez, who scored a goal against Barcelona. So I have lost let's say 6 points here, and I have bought David Silva instead of Gnabry. Can you believe that? So Gnabry scored 28 points or something like that, or 22, and David Silva just 5 points. And I had Ludi instead of Zinchenko, which was a nice move here. But instead of having 30 points, I had just 5. So it could have been really better. I could have reached 100 points here. This is really painful. I was really sad watching Gnabry scoring a goal after goal. And guess what? It was against Tottenham, and Tottenham played at home. Who did expect that, guys? Nobody did expect that. Maybe 1 goal, it's okay, but 4 goals, come on. Was really painful, guys. Meanwhile, I was expecting that David Silva could give me at least a goal and an assist here, but he didn't do anything. Nothing from Insigne. Anyways, let's forget about match day 2 and go have a look on how my team could line up ahead of match day 3. So these are my players, and let's have a look at the fixtures here. As you can see, you can notice very easily that the big teams, they do have an easy fixture, an easy game, such as Atletico Madrid, an easy game against Leverkusen, Bayern Munich, an easy game against Olympiacos despite it's away, Manchester City at home against Atalanta, it's an easy game because Atalanta, they did suffer a lot against Lazio at the league, Serie A. So I'm expecting them not to do anything against City, so I recommend having some City assets here. We all know that Aguero was completely rested in the game against Crystal Palace, the same for Mahrez, so I'm expecting both of them to start this game and to perform very well. We have Real Madrid, an easy game against Galatasaray, Tottenham, an easy game, Paris, an easy game, Juventus, an easy game, Napoli, an easy game as well, Barcelona, Liverpool. So this is when we have these big teams having these easy fixtures, this is encourage us to use the limitless wildcard, the limitless chip, and also maybe the wildcard, because guys, these games are gonna be repeated in match day 4, and you can have a look here in match day 4, the same fixtures, the same teams are in match day 3 are gonna play against each other in match day 4. So this is really nice, guys. I recommend to use the wild card or the limitless chip either in match day 3 or match day 4, because the big teams, they do have an easy game where they need the points and they need to score goals, so they are gonna use their big stars. And this is really amazing, guys. So I'm thinking maybe in match day 3 I just observe the results, and this is in match day 3 I gain and collect information about which players are gonna perform very well, and this will help me and encourage me in match day 4 to use the limitless wild card, not the wild card, the limitless. And I prefer the limitless because, as I already told you, the big teams, they do have an easy game. So, and as we know, the limitless, you can choose any players you want without consideration for the price. You can exceed the 1 million, 100 million budget, because of course you want to have some Barcelona players like Messi, you want to have Salah, Mane, you want to have Mertens, you want to have Ronaldo, you want to have Lewandowski, you want to have Neymar, Mbappe. And if you wanna do this on just wild card, maybe you cannot collect these big stars within 100 million. So this is why I prefer to use the limitless chip here. The most beautiful thing here that Neymar maybe is gonna be ready here in match day 4, and Bayern Munich, Paris at home, Napoli at home, Barcelona at home, of course Messi is gonna start, so Liverpool at home. So this is why I prefer to use the limitless on match day 4 rather than match day 3. So in match day 3, I'm just gonna observe and have information about the teams that gonna score more goals. And in match day 4, I'm gonna use the limitless chip. So in match day 5 and 6, I can think of using wildcard if I need. So because of that, maybe I'm just gonna make 2 free transfers here. And let's have a look which players should I get rid. And don't worry about this, De Bruyne is ready. We all know that he started the game against Crystal Palace. Dembrossi is not ready, he's not gonna start. For Sensi, he's ready. He's gonna start the game against Dortmund, despite him not playing the game against Sassuolo, because he is both having a rest. So I will get rid of D'Ambrosio. Pizzi, I didn't like his performance so far, so I'm gonna get rid of him. If I do this, I will have 12 million left here in the bank with 2 free transfers. So 12 million, I need to spread them on 1 midfielder and 1 defender. And to have a look at these fixtures, let's have a look on my strikers. Lewandowski, Tadic, Insigne. Are these good options? Because guys, if you know, if I wanted to make any extra transfer, that will cost me -4. So is it worth it or not? As you can see, okay. Should I get rid of Insigne? Because I'm really worried about the rotation here. So Napoli are gonna play away against Salzburg. And I don't think that Insigne is gonna perform very well here. So I'm gonna think of a striker who can perform very well. For Messi, I'm gonna wait until match day 4, where he is gonna play against Slavia Braga at home. So let's see. Let's see if I got rid of Insigne and go and bring a striker from where? I don't think this is really worth to try. How about Firmino? Let's have a look here. I'm just thinking. Let's have a look about Firmino. So I don't think I will have enough money to get a decent midfielders and defender. As you know, I do have David Silva, Ederson and De Bruyne from Manchester City. I would like to have Mahrez, but I can't have more than 3 players from each team. And bear with me, guys. Sorry if the video will take a longer time, but you can gain some information from watching me doing this. As you can see, these players are gonna be because if I use it, the limitless chip in match day 4, this lineup are gonna be come back on match day 5. So I'm gonna put this in mind. So maybe Lyon against Benfica. I think Lyon are gonna perform very well here. And we have Leipzig playing against Zenit. And I do have some information about some players such as, let's see, from Leipzig. Sorry. They do have this midfielder who is here. I think he will get a clean sheet against Zenit here, maybe. And I can bring Tossart from Lyon. Is 4.5. I will have 2 million left here. Okay. Okay, how about this? I keep D'Ambrosio. I don't play him at all, so I don't need to have a -4 hit here. So I bring Firmino and Tossart because Liverpool, I think they are gonna cause a lot of problem for Genk, and Firmino could do the job here. This is just a couple of ideas. If you have any suggestions, just write it in the comments down below. I don't want the video to take a longer time. So these are my ideas. If you have any suggestions, I repeat, just write it in the comments down below. Follow me on Twitter. This is my name, Isam Ali 77. To have some fantasy chat. Good luck for all of you on Champions League Fantasy Match Day 3. Goodbye.